Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt. Welcome to your Monday workout. We're going to do some relatively heavy deadlifts today, and deadlift is segmented or set apart from our standard testing week because of the amount of neurological stress that it puts you under and the ability to get a better performance out of your deadlift and your other lifts if we separate those two by 3-4 weeks. So right now we have one more week of a little bit heavy stuff, and then the week after that, the week of June 16th, will be our deadlift max out week. Okay. All right. So today we're going to start off with 40 and 32 calories on the bike. Then we'll get, when you do that single bout of cardio, then go into 2 rounds of the following sequence, some big leg swings. So hang on to something when you do this and try to really stretch on the front side and on the back side. So hip flexor as you swing back, hamstring as you swing forward, 10 reps on each side. Unweighted windmill, so I'm just reaching one arm up, one arm down, and I want to keep those arms vertical as I do this kind of diagonal hip hinge, sliding the back of this hand down the front or the inside of my leg that is stepped out, all right? And both my knees remain bent, and try to keep weight distribution equal on your feet as you do that one. Next one, we're gonna do some ring top and bottom support. So I start with the rings down really low on this one so that I can put all of my weight on my hands and have my shoulders stacked up really nicely before I start to pull my feet away from the ground, right? So the key words there is position before resistance. So I don't want you to try to jump into this position and try to establish a good shoulder position while you're already under that pressure of your body weight on your feet, okay, or on your hands. This also allows you to kind of modulate that pressure, so I can go up on my 2 tippy toes or just put 1 foot on the ground where I'm barely giving it any support, right, and hold for 15 seconds, and then just try to go right into the bottom of that ring dip position, and again hold for 15 seconds at the bottom, right? And then the last one is a warm-up set of deadlifts, and this is our strength movement for today. So in that workout, in the warm-up, do empty barbell for the first round, and then like 20-30% for the second round, and then we have sets of 4, sets of 3, sets of 2, escalating in percentages up until we get to a couple of heavy reps at the very end, right? When we're finished with deadlifts, the bar can stay out, but the weight will go down, and we're gonna put it in the rack like so. We're gonna do a strength training circuit or a strength and conditioning circuit, or call it a bodybuilding circuit, whatever you want to call it. But it is a circuit style workout, but it is not meant to be at a high metabolic intensity, meaning that I don't want you to do it for time, right? I don't want you to do it for like an AMRAP where you're racing through and trying to minimize breaks in between each exercise. For this workout, I want you to put your effort into each individual set, right? Give me lots of quality, right? But also recover before your next exercise. So the first one is 12 reps of each side of a lateral and a forward shoulder raise. So now I've got 2 plates and I'm stacking them together. And in this one is back to back, all right? So I'm going 12 reps out front, like so. And when I get 12 reps out front, I'm gonna separate the plates, fingers through the middle, and I'm going 12 reps to the side, like so. All right, so 12 and 12 for shoulders. Then we're gonna do 20 total reps of our back rack lunge in a relatively challenging percentage range, right? So 35% of your max back squat should be a pretty tough go of 12 or 10 reps on each side, right? So just back rack lunges, right? Put it back in the rack when you're done. Next one is V sit-ups, GHD sit-ups, ab mat sit-ups, whatever you want to do, but get 25 reps of a relatively challenging abdominal exercise. And if you would like to do another one that's like a bicycle crunch, or pick it, call it abs of your choice, but make it tough. Make sure your abs are burning by the time you get done with 25 reps. Next one is farmer's carry, and I don't have a prescribed weight on this, but I want it to be 4 lengths of the room. So we're thinking good posture, my chin is tucked, my ears are over the top of my shoulders. I'm just walking with good posture down and back from the end of the room to the other 4 times. And I want you to do it, I say, as heavy as possible without taking a break. So if that means it's the 95-pound dumbbells for you, which would be really tough, right? Then do it. For most of us, it'll be in that like 70 pounds in each hand or 53 pounds in each hand, somewhere around there would be great. All right, and then the last one is a dumbbell pullover. So this is a lat and shoulder exercise, right? Start with that dumbbell is hanging from my hand, so make sure I'm not grabbing the dumbbell like so. It's just kind of hanging in between this diamond that I make with my hands, reaching all the way up over the top of my body and then pulling over my midline right there, okay? And then as I pull over the top, make sure I'm shrugging into the weight and keeping my abs nice and tight and my body flat. And that is it for today. Get through that circuit. I would like to see 3 times through the circuit. If you got time for 4, get 4, all right? That's it for this Monday. Have a great one. I'll see you on Tuesday.